School, and we are live. We're gonna try to make 1 or 2 live videos a week. I personally don't like making live videos, but it seems like all the viewers out there, they like live videos. So we're gonna kind of focus on this bay over here today. We got 2 cars, and the 2 cars we've been working on. Hey Huck, how you doing? We got Huck, Agme. Okay, how you doing? Good morning to you too, buddy. I can't read all the comments to let everybody know, but I'll try to pick some up as we go. So we're going to talk about this baby right here. That's what we're going to focus on today. And we got Rudy and Landfront Deluxe. Thanks for joining in, guys. But we're also going to talk about this car that's been here for many years. And this car is finally getting worked on, and hopefully we're going to get all the mechanical work done. Now, what I did yesterday is I went ahead and pour 15'd the floor. We prepped it all up, and when I say we, I'm talking about me, myself, and I. Nobody else here helping me. You see the shop is empty. It's quiet as a mouse around here. And me, myself, and I, which is we. So when you hear me refer to we, if I don't mention many, I'm talking about myself, and that's it. So I went ahead and prepped this up. Now, we've done a lot of other work to this, but this is pour 15 that I put on the floor. This is the semi-gloss. It is going to be on the interior of the car. I want everybody to take note and look how clean this floor is. This is the original floor from 1967. The rocker boxes, the floor pans, the seat pans, everything on this car is the original. The owner of this car got very lucky that I didn't buy this car for myself. This car is a one-owner Camaro. It's a 1967 Camaro from Texas, possibly, over in the East Texas area, and it sat in a garage for 20 years, 25 years. It started its life out as a 6-cylinder 3-speed, and it is now being transformed into a high-performance small block Chevy 5-speed car. Here's the wire harness that we are going to use on this car. This is a wire harness that I recommend if you want to go back to the OEM factory setup. Very, very accurate and precise wire harness. You can see how they package them. The packaging is precise. Everything is already made and ready to go, basically. And this is an upgraded OEM wire harness. Now, when I say upgraded, I'm talking about this is a 21 circuit late model style fuse box instead of the 5 circuit factory. But give you a little gander here. And the wire harness we're using on this is the American wire. Right there for the 67, 68 Camaro. Now, I actually use other wire harnesses, and I promote them very strongly. And the wire harness, you can go down into my description of this video, and I will have a link to that video and to the company. It's called QuickWire by St. Francis QuickWire. So if we weren't going to use this particular wire harness, this is a lot more expensive. This wire harness here, I don't remember how much it costs, but it's a lot more expensive than the aftermarket style quick wire harness. But if we weren't going to use this wire harness, we would have went to QuickWire and used that. The owner wanted to go with this one. And I actually, being a 67 Camaro, I actually suggested that he goes with that. So what we've done so far is we completely rebuilt the heater core and heater box. I'm going to try to get down in the car so you can see that. And let me tell you, you can see the box in there. We had to dismantle that thing. It was a rat-infested condominium inside that box. So we had to take it to our local buddy over here and get it sandblasted, and he did an awesome job sandblasting it. The owner is not going to put air conditioning in this car. This is going to the UK, and he wants to keep the interior basically stock factory original, and I think that has to do with shipping it over to the UK, that it has to be a stock factory car just like it came from the factory. He wanted to put the late model suspension on it, the high performance stuff, but then after we started talking, putting the high performance stuff on there would have cost a lot of money, and also it might have caused issues taking it over to UK, shipping it over there. We went ahead and replaced the brake booster master cylinder. I redid all of the brake system for him. We went ahead and put this in. This is a hydraulic clutch system by a company called McLeod. And this is the reservoir for that system. And I went ahead and installed that on the car. It really wasn't that big of a deal to put that in. The hardest part of putting this in is actually getting the pedal installed and getting everything lined up and linked up so it can actually work properly. You can see the old fuse box in there. We'll be ripping that out of the car. And that's going to be our next journey on this, is to wire this thing up. We already went ahead and painted all the interior. Came out beautiful. This is Dodge Viper Red. And Minnie did an awesome job block sanding that out for paint. And then I had to go ahead and color sand and buff it. The owner's already purchased the brand new pad that goes on the top, but let's get back to what we're concentrating on here, because we're going down the line and trying to do this right, because that's the only way that you can do this. And if you are a business owner and you're watching this video, I'm going to tell you right now, this guy's in the UK. I've only met him one time. I've never talked to him on the phone, I don't believe, and he emails me, and he puts all his trust into me because I'm a trustworthy guy. So if you're a business owner, that is the main advertisement that you need to advertise, is the honesty and trust that you, the owner, can put out there to the world. We went ahead and put these aftermarket motor mounts on, and the motor mounts actually come with nuts and bolts, but the nuts and bolts that they supplied, and you can see where this is made right there. Yes, that's right. You can see where that's made. They're too short and they don't work. So I had to supply other nuts and bolts. Now, since we're putting a 650 horsepower small block Chevy in this with a 5-speed, I'm going to suggest to the owner that we literally spot weld these motor mounts onto the carrier here, the subframe, because that's going to be a lot of torque and a lot of power going from here to there to the rear end. And one more thing that we did to this is I went ahead and rebuilt the rear axle. It's got 373 slip differential posi lock traction, 10-bolt rear end. So yeah, this thing's really set up to be a high performance automobile when it's going to be all done. As I was looking at the car, I want everybody to take a close look at that. That is a body bushing. The body bushings are shot. These connect the subframe to the unibody of the vehicle. So I had to order that, and the kit that I ordered was $200. The reason it was $200 because neoprene. And being a high-performance vehicle that this is, I believe neoprene is the way to go. Believe it or not, the front end on this car is completely rebuilt. This is all rebuilt. It's got new bushings, this, that, and the other. But the car's been sitting around for a very long time. The owner ran out of cash. Crises arose, and we couldn't work on the car. So that's why it looks the way it does. But it's all brand new. The only thing that I don't know is brand new, and these were with the vehicle, are these disc brake calipers. Now, when I bleed the brakes out, we're going to find out if those calipers are any good. But if those are no good, we either have to rebuild those if we can find a rebuild kit for them, or possibly buy new ones. Now, I had somebody leave a comment on one of my videos, and they said, "Hey, Pete, can you make a video of how cheap and junky electrical parts are these days?" And that brought to my attention Napa Auto Parts. Napa Auto Parts is discontinuing the sale of classic car parts completely. Napa Auto Parts used to be one of the only places that you can literally walk in and get anything you need for a 1932 Ford. They would literally have it in their warehouse, and then you can go back that same day and pick it up. They don't have that stuff anymore. A matter of fact, this is the brake light switch that I got at Napa Auto Parts. If I would have got it here, I would have had to wait weeks to get it. Okay? So when I was in Dallas, I went and got, there you go, right there. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know. I had to get my tooth pulled out and another implant put in, but then we're not going to talk about that. But yeah, it was a bitch, and my mouth is killing me. So I went to my local Napa Auto Parts store in Dallas, and they got me the two switches that I needed. But they told me, they said I needed a neutral safety switch for the Camaro for the clutch. And anybody that's watching this and is thinking about putting a standard transmission in an automatic car, or possibly upgrading it to a 5-speed, beware that you have to have a neutral safety switch on your clutch pedal. That's very important. You want to always have a neutral safety switch on it, so the car will not start unless you engage the clutch, whether it's in neutral or not. Anyway, so I ordered these at Napa, and it took them actually, I called them on Friday and said I'm going to be there Monday. They didn't have them Monday. And the lady that works there that I used to deal with, she said that Napa, the corporation Napa, is discontinuing a lot of stuff. I was actually going to order some calipers for this car, and she said, we can't get them. And I'm like, are you shitting me? You're joking, right? And she said, no. They've been discontinued, and they won't come back. Well, she showed me the price sheet for those calipers, and she said, I don't even know if you'd want to get them or not. And she showed me the price, and they were $225 each. So if you're working on a classic car such as this, or possibly something else, I'm actually shocked Napa doesn't sell the parts like they used to. But you got to understand that these cars are far and few between. People that are into these cars, like me, are dying off faster than flies in the wintertime. And once this crowd of people that are into these cars is dead and gone, or they're too old to enjoy them, the new generation doesn't want them. So there you go. It's very hard to buy parts at your walk-in automotive parts. A lot of the parts that I have ordered on this car here recently, I've had to mail order them from the internet. So, and a lot of those parts, they're getting discontinued as well. So, okay, let me get a better hand on it. If I put my hand over here, you can't hear me in the microphones doing this shit. So, we went ahead and put power steering on this. You can see right here, this is a power steering gearbox. And